Hi, everybody. I realize I'm an obstacle before lunch, so I'll try to be interesting and concise. I saw it. Ubudu, yeah. Cool. So, okay, so I'm going to talk about data, of course, and how much it adds value to the offline world, to the real world. Maybe I have a bias towards the retail world, because that's what my company focuses on, but we'll see applications in other kinds of physical venues. So, first, a quick introduction. So, I'm an engineer by training, and 4 years ago I co-founded, after a stint at consulting and telecommunication companies, I co-founded Ubudu. Yeah, you pronounce it Ubudu, like Ubuntu. Sometimes difficult to explain to French or American people. Anyway, so the idea behind Ubudu is to bridge the gap between the consumers and the physical venues, the stores. By leveraging mobile, especially, because mobile has got a lot of interesting stuff in it, called sensors. So it's time that we create connected experiences with this. And we interviewed large retailers, and we understood they required a lot of services to interact with their customers in the stores. I don't have to explain you about the economic situation in Europe and elsewhere. So retail suffers, stores close. Société Générale announced a couple of days ago that it was closing 20% of its branches. Basically, consumers are changing their habits. They, like the previous speaker was saying, they go online. And also the online players are quite aggressive. They provide a lot of value. They provide personalized experience, and they provide efficiency. So that's what the guys in the real world need. And they need something that works in all conditions, indoor, remotely, and at scale. And of course, they need to bring this value through real time, but also, like I said, personalization and context. And they don't want their data to be hosted or controlled by the tech giants, like those two guys. So quite an equation. So we started then to develop products in the area of location-based services. And today we have indeed a beacon-powered platform. So beacons are those, there's one here. I don't have a sample in my pocket, but it's a tiny Bluetooth low-energy emitter that you place in your stores. So imagine for a large hypermarket, you would have about 50 of them. Now we are deploying in the Musée du Louvre, and that's going to be 2,000 of them. So quite fun. Also because we have to do all the painting so that they can't be damaging the visual aspect of the Louvre. And so those guys are transmitting a signal through Bluetooth. And what happens is that the mobile devices, smartphones, are able to detect the signal and react, interact, trigger actions. And our products also, of course, includes a back office component to manage those experiences, collect the data generated through the journeys and interactions. And that's just a sample of what we're enabling in terms of use cases. So no words here. I will come back on those one by one. But the real idea is to provide in-store, or shall I say in-venue, interactive services. Right, so data now. Well, let's call it the petrol of the Ubudu engine, or the petrol of the new offline customer experience. Why? Because this data, the context you have, the circumstances you have, and I will come back on the definition of this, which is not so important or not so rich online, but when you walk into a store, the weather, the location, the speed you have, the traffic, all those components are additional data values that you can use to your benefit, if you know it, of course. And of course, you need to know the guy who enters the store. You need to have this personal data. You need to connect it to your CRM. Otherwise, the risk is that you are not relevant. And if you are not relevant as a brand, you are thrown off. You lose everything. And God knows the mobile device is a very personal device, not talking even about wearables. So if you screw up with a customer, he's going to be really pissed off. If you do like massive spamming online through email or retargeting ads on the website, not so good either, but okay, the damage is not so great, I guess. So with this data, you can trigger very smart interactions through beacons. But that's not the end of it. You have 2 arrows here, so you can also have and you need to have real-time feedback or interaction. Like I said earlier, beacons are enabling actions to trigger on the smartphones. But when we interviewed our customers, when we did the first tests in cosmetic stores or hypermarkets, you have this phenomenon of Faraday cage. Another thing that makes the connectivity, the data connectivity in the stores not so good. Even in one larger hypermarket and supermarkets chain, which got more than 3,000 points of sales, they say that in average, 80% on 80% of the floor, you don't have data. You have maybe a poor E, like edge signal displayed on your smartphone, but you know that it doesn't work so much anymore. So this is critical if you want to have a feedback loop in real time with your customer online, but in the offline world. And of course, you need to know what's going on. You need to collect the data and do analytics about what's going on in your venue. I will come back onto each of those bubbles. Okay, so the Homo connectus, of course, is a reality. Smartphone penetration, I don't have the latest figures in mind, but who cares? You know, it's still growing, but soon reaching like full penetration. What's also most important is that those smartphones are really smart. They include Bluetooth low-energy antennas. It's more than 90% of the Apple and Androids now who's got it. They've got Wi-Fi, they got light sensors. I'm mentioning this because you have some experiments lately by Philips, especially using light to do indoor location and to stream with quite a high bandwidth, actually, content on the smartphones. Compass and accelerometer, so those are very also important to know your position and to find your way around. So we are working basically with a lot of sensors on top of our usual senses. So it's not only a fifth sense, it's also seventh, eighth, extra. You get the meaning. So this is real-time data, hot data, that our mission at Ubudu is to leverage to provide those compelling in-store experiences. And I'm talking here about hot data, but of course because this is like a machine, like a computer, you can, of course, and because it's connected, you can also use colder data, like from that data scientist, like I guess there are quite a few in the room, produce, so that you can leverage insights in order to better target this man or woman's segment, for instance. Right, so I said we need profile data, and that's kind of, okay, that's a table stake. We got it already. Time is of the essence, as they say. You're going to need to target the right person at the right time, okay? And time is not only, okay, it's now 11:20 something, but it's also, this person is not busy, is in an available mood. Products, I mean, you walk into your nearby Decathlon store, you know, it's a sports apparel chain. If you are like into running, and if you have generated an online basket for the latest ASICS trainers, maybe it's of interest to you to receive a push to know if the product is in stock in that store. Okay, of course, place is a location. So in which city am I? In which mall am I? In which store? In which aisle of the store? In front of which product? That's of the essence also. Behavior is also a new data point we can collect. It's basically the trace, it's like the GPS trace you leave behind. So if I'm still into this Decathlon store, so have I already walked into the training, the running aisle? How much time did I spend there? Which product did I look at? So you can easily see the connection with the online world, where every impression, every page view, and duration are counted and leveraged. By the way, of course, we are just starting this. So in terms of leveraging behavioral data, transforming it into insights to retarget in a better way, this is still the infancy. But the big guns, also from the online world, like Criteo, are definitely onto it. I know they contacted us. Traffic also is very important. So very important for instance, for mall property owners or for supermarket owners. Like think about a supermarket. They have aisles where they make a lot of margin, like especially the fresh products. And if you are a hypermarket, you also have like the brand products, you know, the TVs and the I was going to say VCR, but so you know, the computers, let's say. So you want to see if there's traffic in those aisles, and if not, you may want to use this semi-hot data to redirect traffic. So you push offers at the entrance or elsewhere to try to get the people to make a little detour, like Waze tries to do in its way, like, you know, with those little icons. And you're on the motorway and you see something on the side, but there's no exit. So I'm not sure about the efficiency, but the idea is there. So that's for the data we can leverage as an input to create rich interaction campaigns. And those campaigns, so those are customer propositions, of course. The idea, again, is to drive personalization and efficiency. That's what the retailers especially are lacking today versus their online, whether in-house or external competitors. So, Decathlon again. So, of course, you're lucky if you meet this charming lady in the running aisle, but she's not always there. So what happens is that if you have your smartphone with, and you are a loyal customer of Decathlon, meaning you have the app installed, the Decathlon app installed, you're going to perhaps to receive personalized offers based on your profile. I love running. I do marathons. I'm lying here, but I do marathons every year, and so do my kids. And I've brought those products several times online, so I'm craving from them. So I can receive this kind of personalized offer. So you can see the level of detail you can go to. So if you, for instance, download the Catalina app, Catalina is a store marketing company, like quite a world leader actually, and you walk through one of the Monoprix, which is a supermarket chain here in Paris, you will receive some interesting cashback offers. So that's using our technology. Or if you're looking for a new apartment or house in Paris, it's in Paris currently, you download the Avendre à louer application from the Solocal, the Page Jaune group, and based on the search you've done in terms of apartments to rent, like a 3-bedroom in the 10th arrondissement, if you walk nearby one of the real estate agents who's got such an offer, you will receive an alert and he will invite you to go into the store. So that's kind of advanced personalization. Right. You can also do wayfinding, so the GPS of the indoor area. So airports, mall, museum, office buildings, usually the larger areas, not like the small underwear store that we were deploying yesterday, which is like 100 square meters. You don't need to do wayfinding in this. You don't need a map, basically. You can see everything. Let's not be too addicted to smartphones. So, but Louvre, 70,000 square meters. It's quite a maze. It's an old building over 5 floors. Objects, pieces of art are changing all the time, collections as well. People are losing their ways to find the toilets, the luggage rooms, the exits. So they need to do wayfinding. So that's a very good application of this technology to me. Right. But those examples are more like a one-way push. Okay, I give you offers, I give you wayfinding as a brand, as a retailer, as a venue operator, but I'm not listening back to you. And I need to listen back to you, so that's what this is about. Genuine interaction from the customer to the business. So how do we do it first? So a bit of advertising here, but I try to make it short. So Ubudu has developed a technology on top of the Bluetooth to really work as a telecommunication means. So those beacons now are also able to receive data back from the smartphones and transmit it to other beacons and or also to a server. So it's called a mesh beacon architecture. That's how we call it anyway. And that's very useful because if you take this supermarket chain who's got no network in it, well, basically you're going to be able to collect, as a business, you're going to be able to collect real-time information about your customers. Of course, a lot of the data you don't need in real time. You can analyze later when the customer is back home with a Wi-Fi connection. But if he wants to be detected because he's got a special request, like if he's got a VIP card or in a lounge or in a shop, if he's got an online order to collect in the physical store, like it's very popular in France, especially with the drive sites for the. Who doesn't know what is the drive-through in the supermarkets? Because I'm not sure it's in every country out there. Okay, you all know or you are shy, but okay. So basically, it's very basic. You make your order online. You receive an order ID, and when you drive with your car to the supermarket, there's a special area where you type in your code, your order ID. It triggers like a preparation into the warehouse, which is nearby. So the guys are preparing your order and bringing it into your car trunk. So very efficient and cost efficient as well because you pay the same price as you would in the hypermarket. So we installed this for Auchan, one of the leading chain in France. And the idea is when you arrive with your car, you're automatically detected, and voila, you save a few more seconds, which is all of the value proposition they have to be efficient. Also, it can be a kind of a push-pull. So I'm a customer, I want assistance. So for instance, if I am in the aisle of my favorite DIY stores, like Leroy Merlin in France or Castorama, or Home Depot in the US. I don't have a clue which drilling machine I need to buy to do this hole in my house to put the painting on. So there's no customer assistant, so I'm going to press a button on my smartphone and it's going to call him. And that's using this technology. Also, if you are in your favorite fast food chain, you can order through one of those digital panels. You sit down, and voila, you are automatically detected at your table, and they bring your food when it's ready on a platter at your table. So that's other kind of reaction, interaction using beacon technology and leveraging hot data. And then we're a small startup, Ubudu, like we were created 4 years ago. We are like 10 people. We focus on retail mostly and a little stint in the museum industry. But there's a lot of other stuff to be done, and we're contacted quite often from like hospitals or hotel chains, and visitors can be visitors like of entertainment park, for instance. So there's lots of other applications to be done to help those stakeholders to find their way, or to be detected because they have special needs, or to receive in a push some targeted messages. Also in a B2B domain, so field engineers can use this technology to, when they go from a room to room in an office or in a museum, to know what needs to be fixed, if there's a guy who's changing the lamps, for instance. Employees can know about meeting room reservations and things like this. Congress or like exhibitions, where all of the value proposition is about networking and meeting people and learning. So you can do a kind of very micro-local version of Tinder for B2B using this technology. And then there's this, I like this one. It's quite an exotic use of beacon technology, machines or machines to machine. So we got more and more requests from industrial companies who have warehouses or manufacturing plants. Like this one is a car manufacturer with a huge plant in Kentucky, US. And so basically they want to locate the machines. So they've got hundreds of thousands of square meters, and they don't have a clue where the machines are, and they spend a lot of time to engineers looking for the machines. Well, the machines are big enough to be quite visible. They wouldn't stand under the table, but still it's quite a huge surface. So if you can have those machines to have a mechanism to be able to be tracked, that would be great. And that's a new paradigm, because we are not talking about mobile-centric applications here, but more like machine-centric or object-centric. So reminds me of this buzzword called Internet of Things. Right. So that's not the end of it, but you can see that now we're getting there, the last bubble. Of course, I lied to you. The title was about offline, but in fact, I only talked about digital interactions in offline venues. So, but because of this connectedness, now venue operators or marketers, they finally know what's really happening. There's a black box regarding those things, and that's more when we talk about analyzing the cold data. Okay, and this is this is not the slide I had updated lately, but never mind. It should be better looking. So, so basically, the aim here is to drive optimization. So, we're talking about merchandising a lot in the retail world. So basically, you want to optimize the placement of your gondolas, of the promotions and things like this, of your aisles as well, because everything is flexible. It's mobile in a sense of mobilier, like furniture. And marketers, they want to optimize their offers as well. So, so the two main applications are, well, this customer analyzing the customer journeys, and there's a, like, I can do the click. Yeah, it's a. Well, there was a link issue. Was supposed to. It's here. It's here. Supermarket heat map. So this one is a demo done for well, you can see the brand if you are in the first row. Where in this case we were tracking in real time the journey of the customer in the store, and on the right you can see what the customer sees on the screen. So is browsing through like a map of the store, which orients depending on the compass and the direction. And when he goes into certain areas, he got the pop-up with the catalog offers, what's on promotion. Like we just saw the animal products, right? So this is quite raw data. I mean, we need data scientists to know that in average the guys don't go here, but there's a lot of value here. So maybe the value products, we move them back here or something like this, or we put more placement at the entrance. So I think you got the idea already earlier, but it's just to put it into some motion. Voilà, merci. Okay, back to the slide, the ugly slide. Right, so what you can also do is conversion funnels, and in an end-to-end manner. You have the Google Analytics of the offline world now, so a couple of advertising scenarios. Imagine you browse your news through your favorite news app on your mobile or on your website. There's a display ad for fast food menu, like a Sunday is the dessert is offered today. Okay, cool. I've seen this ad. This is being recorded. We know that it's online. Okay, now I walk into the. I like this offer. Perhaps I walk into the fast food the same day. I guess I go and order, and maybe I enjoy the offer. But what's important there is that it can be recorded. Well, that sounds really ugly, but you know, we can also fix the CNIL, the data privacy issue and customer acceptance, user acceptance. But basically, it can be recorded. You can have a physical cookie into the store, and hence you can attribute the conversion that I went into this store. So there's a strong correlation to the fact that I saw the ad to the news app that I was browsing in the morning. That's quite powerful. Uglier even, retargeting. I went into the store. The next day, I see ads or emails about it. Okay, so you can do a lot of things in terms of advertisements and conversion funnels. Maybe in a more like back to the customer service and not so much advertising. The examples I was giving to you, you saw promotions popping up on the screens. You can, through our platform, of course, track whether this is being appreciated by the user, whether he opens it or not. And then you have all the typical trackers on mobile apps to know if there's a payment and things like this, whatever the end transaction is supposed to be. So marketers now can know what's going on. Oh, I had this slide, the better one, so sorry. But you got the idea now. Right, and to conclude, so of course, data is a circle, and it's a virtuous circle, so you close it, but also you expand it. Of course, it gets better and better. So another buzzword, the omni-channel marketing. It's not offline and online separately. They all go together, of course. I gave you a couple of examples, actually, so I spoiled the slide. I forgot the storyline. So this is exactly the thing I told you earlier. So on to off. I do a shopping basket online. OK, I'm personally greeted at the point of sale. Or I've seen the ad, and the conversion is attributed. And reciprocally, the retargeting, or for instance, if I clip a product in the store, I can purchase it later online. If I want to think about it, it's more like of a showrooming, but in the retailer keeps the value and the customer. So the philosophy here is that every customer touch point, whether it's online, offline, or whatever line, is an opportunity for you guys to better know your customer and to interact always in a richer manner, because you can leverage this hot or cold or warm or whatever data to improve the relevancy and achieve the marketer's dream, which is to provide the right message to the right customer at the right place, right time, right, etc. Thank you very much.